Ben Caballero is the king of real estate sales. Real estate's first Guinness World Record holder, he's an Inman Innovator Award winner, an independent thinker, a business leader, enduring entrepreneur, and veteran realtor who was also a home builder for 18 years. Last year, Ben sold 4,799 new homes, worth in excess of an astonishing $1.9 billion. Now put Ben's sales numbers in perspective. He sold an average of 92 homes a week, more than a dozen homes per day, every day of the year. That's more than 1.5 home sales every business hour. The multi-billion-dollar question, how does Ben do it? In part 3, the final installment of Ben Caballero podcast series, Lessons from the #1 ranked real estate agent in the world, we will hear Ben Caballero give other real estate agents advice on how to build a business with builders. Give a listen as Ben describes how working with builders is one of the fastest ways for agents to gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace because so few buyers' agents know how to effectively work with builders. Ben shares his success strategies for working with builders. Let's listen.
Home builders offer realtors an excellent opportunity because they always have inventory. If they don't have it, they can build it. Inventory is limited in so many markets, and if you are going to ignore the new home market, you're going to miss out. New homes are an additional market for agents to develop. A lot of agents don't take advantage of it. New homes are easy to sell. Builders have sales staff that know the product better than you are going to. You don't have to worry about developing your knowledge in that area. The builder's salesperson is going to do a lot of the work for you. They're going to manage the process. You can sell more homes in less time than you can in pre-owned. The advantages of working with builders is that the product is new. It has the latest innovation and design, floor plans, appliances, quality. You just don't have the emotional sellers. These are professional people that want to sell a home. They have nothing invested in retaining that home. They don't have any memories of their children growing up. So it's a much easier sell all the way around. I often hear agents complain that builders want to use their own contract. And agents need to understand there's a reason for that. A lot of these builders are public companies. They have rules that they have to deal with. They have regulations that they have to deal with municipalities. They have lender requirements. They have to have their own contract. The state-issued contracts are just not capable of doing everything that is required for a builder. The other common complaint I hear is, why can't I use my own title company? Well, builders are dealing with many homes, many buyers, and if they had to accommodate everyone's title company, they would be all over the place. It's just not efficient for them to be working with multiple title companies. And it's not that they're trying to gain any advantage for them. And understand that what is good for the builder will translate into better pricing, faster, more efficient process getting your client into the home, and it's not just because they're trying to dictate or push you around. The other complaint that I hear sometimes is lender. Well, why can't we use our own lender? Or why do builders have preferred lenders? Well, if you have a lender that can offer a better deal than what the builder's lender offers, then I'm sure that you could work that out. But keep in mind that builders want to close when the home is finished. And if you are unable to close because a lender has not done something and is not ready to close, then the builder is not going to be happy about it. And keep in mind that the builder is building the home with their own money. They're not living in the home where it doesn't make any difference whether they close this week or next month because they have a place to live. This home is costing them money every day that it's not sold. And so if you're unable to close, then they're not going to be happy about it. The other thing is, if you use the builder's lender, the builder is going to have leverage with this lender. And this lender is not going to tell the builder they screwed up and you can't close this week. That's another advantage. You will be able to close when the home is completed. It won't be another delay. If you're going to work with builders, you will need to establish trust. If you go into a transaction in some way feeling the builder is your adversary, it's not going to end well. Builders cannot tell you when the home is going to be completed because there are things beyond their control, such as weather, deliveries, vandalism. They can't tell you when the building inspectors are going to release the home for occupancy. Builders are as interested or more so than you are in selling a home. That is their business. That is why they exist. And if you can establish trust, then you will do much better. Now, the way that you establish trust is getting to know them. I recommend that you visit the builders in advance in the areas that you know that you're going to be working in and get to know them. Ask for their contract, ask for their warranty policy, ask for their registration policy. And, if you get to know them and they know you, then they may be able to cut a corner for you here and there on the registration, or they may be able to call you whenever they're having a special promotion or something. Get on their mailing list so that you can know what they're doing. And this will help you sell more homes too. Investing time with a sales rep will pay dividends. Getting to know them, a little about them, let them know about you will really help you in the long run and your clients. If you've never sold a new home before, there are communications that builders establish that can help you. They want you to be there when there's preliminary plan meetings and whenever there's inspections and so forth. They have different stages that they want the buyer to be there, and you're welcome to be there. The point, though, during those situations, try to let the builder take the lead because they know what this is all about. If you're asking questions that are not on point, the buyer is going to perceive some doubt. Just let the builder do their job. And I know that's hard because you want to have some influence or control over the situation, but that's where it's different. That's where builders are different. The one thing you should never do with a builder is to get into a disagreement in front of your client, because it's going to disrupt the trust that your client has either in you or in the builder. And so that's just, I think, something to avoid at all costs. Now, be aware that builders are typically a very financially responsible entity, and they can't afford to treat somebody inappropriately. So that's another factor that you should take into consideration as far as trust is concerned. I know that agents have heard horror stories about builders, and I know that builders have heard horror stories about agents. But it all gets down to communication, because without communication, you're not going to have any understanding. And without understanding, you're not going to have the trust. It's all about understanding and communicating in order to have the trust. And that's not going to come just because you walk in somebody's door, particularly if you have these stories in the back of your mind that you're looking for trouble or looking for problems. So if you're going to want to work with builders, if you're wanting to build your business, if you're wanting to increase your income, then make the effort to understand the builder side of it. And if you do that, I assure you they will understand yours. Builders are mandated, sales counselors are mandated to work with agents. They are mandated to build a relationship with agents. They're not going to give you a hard time about it. If you give them half a chance, I would say in 99% of the cases, you're not going to have an issue. The best way to start a relationship with a builder is just to start. Just get in your car and go out there and drive around the community, visit the sales counselor, look at the models, look at their collateral materials, and ask any question that comes to your mind, any question you think that a buyer might want to know. And that way you can get some preliminary knowledge that will help you to convince the buyers that this is something worthwhile. When I'm asked if an agent can build a business like mine, my thought is, why would you do that? If you want to get into this business, you just can't get into it. You have to know something about it. Most important thing that you have to do is to know your customer base, your potential customer base. If you don't know that, you're not going to have any credibility. You're not going to have any basis to build a business. I was fortunate that I've been in the building business for many years. I built homes, and I know the business. I know how the builders think. I know what they need. And if you're going to approach it as just another way to make money and think somehow you're going to be able to blow the doors off of the market in your area, that's not going to happen. But we have the opportunity to work with you if you want to. If you're interested in this business, if you have a background in the new home industry, then there's no reason why you would need to spend time and money and effort that I've spent over the last 15 years.
And that's the legendary Ben Caballero, CEO and broker owner of HomesUSA.com, Guinness World Record holder, award-winning innovator, independent thinker, business leader, and enduring entrepreneur, and clearly the king of new home sales. This has been part 3, the final installment of Ben Caballero's podcast series, Lessons from the #1 ranked real estate agent in the world. We hope you have enjoyed the podcast. We'll share your review and invite your colleagues and friends to download and listen as well. For Ben Caballero and HomesUSA.com, I'm Tom Kelly.